Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am doing a little bit more of this little cardigan. I'm onto the armholes on the sleeve. I'll show you what I've done from it. It's my bag up here. So I've done the back and the two fronts. Now I'm onto one of the sleeves. I'm going to have to count up the number of decreases I done on this to work out the sleeves, because I'm just working this pattern out myself. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 decreases on the back. So that means there's going to be 28 stitches, as well as the 2 at each end. That's 28 plus 4, which is 32. And I'll cast off that one. So that means I have to take, to decrease, I want 14 decreases up on the sleeve, because I'm working this out for myself. So that's 28 stitches I'm taking away from what's left. I've cast off 2 stitches each side. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. That's going to leave me with 2, 4, 6 stitches. I think I want 8 stitches, so instead of decreasing on every other row, I'm going to do it the first time on the 4th row, and then every other row after that. And that's how I work out the how I do the decreasing on a lot of things. Going by how many decreasing you do up the sides, you have to work out how many. Like this little one I've done, there was 14, so I need 14 decreasings up each side of the sleeve to match the back, so it fits in perfect. So that's 28 stitches I needed to get rid of, and that told me how many stitches I would have left to put on the holder at the end of it. That makes sense to me. I don't know whether it makes sense to a lot of other people. But I'll put my knitting down for a minute. My friend, I'll be seeing her again tonight for bingo. I'll put that in the bag there. And when I saw her last week, I gave her the little cardigan I did. And I told her at the time, I says, if you harass me anymore, if you ask me to knit anything else, do anything else for you, and you harass me all week like you did with that cardigan, I'm not doing anything more for you. That was when I gave her the cardigan. But when we're going home in the car, and she says, I'm knitting a little hat for that little cardigan, will you do a pom-pom for us, because she can't do pom-poms to save her life. I've tried to show her, but just doesn't sink into her. So I said, okay, I would do the pom-pom for her. And something's dropped on the floor here. So I have done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I made 6 pom-poms for her, just to save her asking me any other time. And all she has to do, she wants them smaller, is just cut them down a little bit. I've made them all a good size with just some odds and ends of wool I'd had left over from things, and which I keep in a bag in my, amongst all my other stuff. I always keep odds and ends, never throw anything away, because it always come in handy for things like this. But she did ask me, so I said I'd do one for her, but I thought I'll do a few and I'll see if she's knitting any other ones, see those colours, I'll do a few more for her. So I've done 6 for her. And I was expecting all week to be harassed. Had I done her pom-pom, and this is so it doesn't matter what I do for her, even if I print photographs for her, I get the same things from, she asks me on the Thursday when I see her, and if I do anything for her, it's usually the next Thursday when I give them to her. And it's the same when I've done the last photographs I've done. I was harassed all week for those photographs. Had I done her photographs, would I have them done for Thursday? And don't know why there's such a rush for them, but that's what she's like. She can't help herself. So I was expecting to be harassed all week, and I never had a single message off her till this morning. Did you do my pom-pom? I'm going to kill her tonight. But she did manage to keep quiet all week, so I had 1 or 2 messages off her, but not anything to do with anything I might have been doing for her. So I thought, oh well, it makes a change. You don't mind doing something for somebody when, you know, when they don't keep moaning on about it all the time. But anyway, we are going to bingo tonight. But last night I was knitting this, I'm saying I was knitting this little cardigan, and I could have had it finished last night, but I could not concentrate. I don't know what it was, but I kept making mistakes, because this is a pattern where you knit 2 and purl 1 all across the row, and then on the other row you purl 2 and knit 1, and then on every 4th row you knit, where you get that, I've got a stitch line across there, you knit a row on the purl side. And I kept doing knit 1, purl 1 through part of it, and I just kept making mistakes. I don't know what it was, I just could not concentrate, so I gave up. I made those pom-poms instead, and I sat and watched the, well, I very rarely switch my television on. Actually, I watch everything on my computer. I think the last time I switched my television on, I had to update all the channels and everything on, you know, the Freeview channels and that, because they were all out of date, and that's how long it had been since I'd switched my television on. But like I said, I could not concentrate. I don't know what was wrong with me last night, but my mind just would not focus on what I was doing. But seemed to be back to normal today. But I was looking on the internet this morning and looking on the news. You know, I look on the, like a news thing on thing, and they were on about mostly pensioners being scammed. And one at the moment they're on about, it's a TSB bank, I think, is on about romance scams. Now, how? No one can ever scam me. I'm too wise. I know straight away if somebody's trying to scam me. I've had quite a few try it on me. And I know straight away. And I don't know how these people fall for it. I had one, he was on Facebook, and he contacted me on Messenger. And he was in the United States, supposed to be. And he was on about, oh, how he liked me, and he loved everything I put on my Facebook page, and you know, I take everything with a pinch of salt. And I was just saying, oh yes, and then he started talking about he had a grandson, and he was looking up, his daughter had died and the father didn't want the son, and he was looking after the grandson, and he was finding it very expensive, and that he did really need help, and he would need help from somebody like me. I sounded like the right kind of person that could help him. And of course I played along with this. I was conning him more than he was conning me, like. I played along with it for quite a while, and he was telling me all about his life, and he would love for me to come and visit him over in Florida, I think it was, he was supposed to be living. And now I'm saying, oh, I'd love to go to Florida. Oh, yes, Disneyland and all this. I was giving him all the palaver back again. And he said he could arrange the flights for me he says all he would need would be my bank details. You know, I would have to give him the number of my card and everything. And I said, oh, I can't do that at the moment. I says, I'm waiting for a new card coming from the bank. I says, I lost my other one and I'm not sure what the long numbers on it. I can't remember what the numbers are because, you know, I know those numbers off by heart. I can't remember those numbers, but I says, as soon as the bank is sending me a new card, as soon as I get the card, I'll give you all the information, everything that you need. And so he said, all right, well, don't forget, let me know as soon as you get the card, and I'll arrange everything. I'll arrange your flight over here, and you don't need to bother about hotel. You can stop with me. And all this he was talking about, and yes, I was having him all night, and eventually I messaged him. I said, oh, my card's come. I forget what his name was, what he said his name was, but I said, oh, my card's come this morning. I can give you all the information off it. And I says, have you got a pen and paper handy, you know, and I'll give you the long number of the card. And he says, yes, I've got the pen. He's messaging, no typing back. I've got the pen, and I says, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And he says, are you sure that's a number on your card? Oh, I'm absolutely certain. I says, that's a number I give to everybody that tries to scam me, you know. I says, you're picking on the wrong one here, so I don't know what banana boat you think I'm just getting off. But and then all of a sudden he disappeared, and I had a message come from Facebook about being vigilant, about being scammed. And as far as I could work out, Facebook knows what you're on the messenger and things like that. They know what's going on, they watch. And I think as soon as they realise that I might be giving him my card number, they must have cut him off. So that's one good thing about Facebook, I'll say that anyway. They do actually know what's going on. And I'm seeing how some of these elderly women, you know, like me, I mean, I'm an elderly woman, but there's no one will ever get anything out of me. None of these scammers. I'm too wise, and I don't know how these other people, well, anybody gets scammed by these scammers. Not me. But I was enjoying that. I was enjoying on Messenger when I was actually scamming him in the finish. But Facebook's spoilt my fun. But anyway, I'm getting back to my knitting, getting what knitting I can done before I go out to the bingo tonight. So hopefully I'll have this finished and I can start on the little pouch for Emma. But I do want to make a little pouch for myself as well, because I have a one myself, and at first it was just to keep my crochet hooks in, and that's what I kept in it. And then I started adding more things, a little pair of scissors and little tape measure and loads of other things, you know, the things for holding your stitches, the stitch holders, and I have a little tub thing with stitch markers in. They all ended up. Now I can hardly get that little pouch shut. So I'm going to make myself a little one as well. Just a little small one like that, not a deep one like I've done the other ones. Just a little one, you know, long enough for the hooks, just to keep my hooks in. Because every time I want a crochet hook, I've got to empty everything out of that bag, because I can never find the one I want. There's that much, as I call it, rubbish in it. But anyway, thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you all another time, so bye for now.